commentators Bob Skilton, David Darcy, and to take up the call, Ian Day.
The long-awaited clash, the big one, over 40,000 people crammed into Football Park. Victoria against SA. Salmon goes up, the tap comes out now. De Domenico sends them into attack, but it's well taken in defence by Lindsay of South Australia. He rips the ball across. South Australia come out now towards centre wing. Anderson getting underneath the ball, and he's taken the mark. A chance for SA to go into attack. 15-metre penalty, I would think. Anderson elects to play on. Lindsay, the running player, he gives it across now to Bolton under pressure. Now Michael Ace, the South Australian captain, sends him into attack. Up towards Dietrich, the big leap is on at the back of the pack. Quickly it's Salmon back in defence. Walsh it was. Walsh high, back towards centre wing. Waiting for the ball there for Victoria is Poole. Williams, the left foot high. Here's a chance now. Harvey on the outer side. Clear. Victoria into attack.
Kick from Harvey goes to centre half forward. Salmon out in front of him. Hughes did it well. Bradley loose at centre wing. South Australia the chance now to build as Bradley puts it on the ground around Harvey. G's run a long way and then goes in with the left foot looking for Dietrich from behind. Players stack up and umpire Russo has seen an infringement. It's against Mark Williams. He's not happy.
And the big surprise there is that Shane Hurd has taken the field for Victoria.
Well, we were told, Bob, today that there was another Victorian over. He is obviously the player.
Wearing number 26, David.
Shane Hurd playing. The interchange players for Victoria are Rains, Hawker, Loveridge and Dean. And Shane Hurd, as Bob told you, in the side for Victoria. Andrew Buse, we don't believe, is playing. Williams now with the ball, puts it to half forward. The Victorian captain, Merritt, in front and gets the free. Phillips the infringer. Merritt flanked. The kick forward by Hurd. Chance for Harvey, left it behind. Umpire Kinnear seen a free kick. It's going South Australia's way at half-back. And to take it for them, it will be Scott Salisbury.
Salisbury from just inside the half-back line now sends it towards centre wing. Kernahan has come up for South Australia. Bolton a chance, slips it back. Kernahan smothered. Victoria now through Walsh. Walsh puts out the pass, coming across quickly, getting low to the ground. And has taken the mark is Bruce Lindsay in the back pocket. To send South Australia out. Kick number 3 to Lindsay as he goes to the outer side. Michael Ace is out there. Have to stand his ground. Can't pull it down. Quickly Williams in under pressure from Waitman as well. Gets the handball out. Phillips for South Australia. Sends him to the half forward line. Oh, Kernahan clear. Looking for a running player. Oh, he's going back to kick long. Off goes Dietrich. Coming towards the half forward line. Williams can't get there. The handball comes out. Here's a chance. De Domenico going through Redden. He can't get the ball. Players go in hard. Here's a chance. Williams slips out a handball. Michael Ace, well taken there on defence by Victoria's Fold.
Terry Folds now lays it off and Victoria will get out of defence. 2 players out here, Walsh and Waitman. Waitman favoured by the bounce. There's plenty of time to steady. Salmon on a lead. The pass is not good. And it's been intercepted in defence by Salisbury. Under pressure, gets one away to Ace. Ace in turn to Phillips, loses it. Harvey, no, it's not Harvey at all, it's Stephen Clark, and he's been paid the free at centre half forward. Or Salmon left unattended, you can't do that, Danny Hughes. And Salmon has it now just 30 metres out, and the chance for the first score of the evening.
I think Hughes caught a little bit unawares there. He thought that possibly the ball was going the other way, and Salmon dummied beautifully, came to this side of the ground and took an easy mark.
So Salmon, who takes a long time over his kicks, just 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. The drop punt is swinging back, but not enough. So the first score of the night to Victoria from the boot of Paul Salmon. Their 1 point. South Australia yet to score.
Danny Hughes to boot the ball back into play. The crowd has left no doubt where their allegiance lie. Per Domenico can't quite bring it down. He butters up again for the ball under pressure. Oh, got out too easily. Here's a chance now for Clark. He'll get it quickly from Harvey. Clark in the right forward pocket. The tackle was high. Umpire Kinnear agrees. And the Victorian player will get the free kick in the right forward pocket about 30 metres out. Have a look at this on replay. Obviously too high. Goes for the pass. Salmon out in front of Hughes. Good mark. Hughes only about a half a metre late, but couldn't make it. A little bit of a tete-a-tete there. David and Goliath.
2 feet the difference.
Half a metre, Bob, but I know what you mean. Paul Salmon, his second shot at the woodwork. He booted the first point. Only 20 metres out, an easier kick. His second. No breeze, a beautiful night here in Adelaide. The big interstate clash. Huge crowd still pouring into the ground towards the golf course end. Not getting a lot of cheers as he goes that way, and he pops it through. The Vicks are underway. 1-1. South Australia yet to score.
It's an excellent piece of play. Clark, a good understanding with Paul Salmon, swinging the ball across into the centre area, where it was a much easier kick. Clark having very little chance of scoring that goal from the boundary line. And on replay, we see Salmon take an easy mark. It'll be a real worry for Hughes. You can see for yourself there just the height that Salmon has over Danny Hughes.
Well, Victoria have their first goal on the board. Salmon has kicked it. They're 1-1. South Australia yet to score. Some interesting moves by Sheedy. Merritt centre-half forward. Brereton on a flank. Kevin Walsh rucking. Platten takes it forward after he kicked it. The ball into the pocket. Leaping high for South Australia was Nailey, but can't control it, and there'll be a throw in about 50 metres around from the South Australian goal.
Dennis Carroll at centre-half back for the Victorian side. Healy, Salmon, Clark across the forward line.
The biggest surprise of the night, Bob, was Shane Hurd, of course, who no one at the ground knew was even in Adelaide, and here he is playing. That's a good mark. Matthew Campbell. South Australia will go forward. A kick into the pocket. The big fella's on a lead. Dietrich throws himself at it. Trying to get clear was McDermott. The handball is wild. Getting across for Victoria was Dennis Carroll. Nailey's there also. And again a throw-in. So Victoria 1-1. South Australia yet to score. We've had about 7 minutes of this first quarter.
Throw in about 10 metres around. Walsh is in there with Kernahan. Try to back knock it. Alvin back there, taken by McDermott. Looks now for South Australia. Here's Bradley from Filkey towards full forward. Could bounce through Anderson there. But Victoria quite prepared to concede the point through the agency of Paul Meldrum. South Australia's first score. It took 7 minutes. They're a point. Victoria 1-1.
So the ball to come in back into play. Gary Pert, kick to the outer side. Big leap from behind. Is it played? It is. The mark has been taken by Trevor Poole. Plays on quickly to Foles, centre wing. D'Pietdomenico at front spot. Vista clear. Chance for the Bungary medalist Filkey. Puts it in short. Beautifully put. And McDermott has it at centre half forward. Dietrich, a bulky frame of Grenville Dietrich. Has kicked 48 goals in 6 games to date in the league competition. In fact, 47 of those coming in just 5 games. McDermott's kick is to the square. Kernahan couldn't. Nailey in trouble. Victoria the chance. Anderson a hurried kick. Puts it back into the square. It's gone close. Not close enough. 1 point. South Australia 2 points. Victoria lead at 1-1.
It's a lovely snap by Greg Anderson, right from the boundary line. It looked as though it might go through, but you can't do much better than the way Anderson did with that one.
Gary Pert comes to the lead of Walsh, grandstand side. D'Pietdomenico there as well. Walsh comes out with a footy on the half-back line, drives long to the half-forward line. Looking up there now for Park. Centre field. Whiteman, a chance. Oh, he's mown into the ground. The umpire saw it that way. And he'll take the free kick. Centre wing out to Walsh. Walsh looking for the lead of Salmon. Or D'Pietdomenico. He's got it. Beautifully put. And he's got it in the right forward pocket. Getting a lead from Browden, but it's going in shorter. Limsey thumps it away. Michael Ace with a chance. He's against the tide. Beautifully picked up Williams. Drives in towards goal. Going to be close. Well touched. Well on the line. Here's a chance now for the big fellow in Salmon. Hooks around the corner. Well taken Williams. He can't get the ball through. Heavy defence by South Australia. Players stack up. And the umpire will come in and bounce. Umpire John Russo from Victoria.
More torrid defence then by South Australia. Gerard Healy's hurt behind play, but he's on his feet. Umpire Russo puts it down. Salmon a clever knock to Clark, can't handle it. Lindsay playing well in defence for South Australia, forces it out of play. So a bright opening to this game, a brilliant start, very torrid football, 10 minutes gone. Victoria by 5 points. Salmon the only goal kicker to date. Walsh from behind. In trouble, Healy. Loses it. Salisbury gets clear. Kernahan's at centre wing. Can't mark from behind. Filkey the crumbs. Needs support. Out it comes to Salisbury again. Perhaps a surprise selection, Scott Salisbury, but that's a good pass. And Greg Anderson takes it on centre wing. And a fair bit of manhandling too from Dennis Carroll. This very talented youngster puts it towards half forward. Diving attempt by Williams. Bad handball by South Australia. Walsh the opportunity, leaves it behind. Williams goes after it again. Umpire Kinnear decides on a bounce. Torrid opening, Bob.
Yeah, certainly has been. I think both sides are really hit up for this game. South Australia hell-bent on revenging last year, and Victoria, of course, having the game taken away from them last year after winning it well.
Walsh, a high kick back towards centre wing. Merritt getting underneath the ball, or made the distance, couldn't pull down the mark. Phillips whips out a handball. Anderson, centre wing. The Crow Eaters into attack again up towards the half-forward line. Coming across to meet the ball back there was Victoria's Yates. Now Hurd, close to the line, and the ball is out of play in the left full forward pocket. 1-1 to 2 points. Coming up on 11 minutes, a huge crowd here at Footy Park in Adelaide, West Lakes, over 40,000 people. Want to see South Australia avenge the defeat that Bob just told you about last year. McDermott, 40 metres out on the way. Fine goal.
An excellent team goal there by McDermott. As on replay, we see McDermott straightening up, putting it right through. A good handball coming across, and McDermott ruck roving beautifully, making no mistake.
So at the 12-minute mark of the first quarter, South Australia hit the front. McDermott kicks their first goal, but the Vics go back into attack from Dearpair to Medico. Hughes got a horrid bounce. Chance for Healy. Under pressure on the bottom of the pack. Hughes in strongly. A loose ball now, but finally umpire Kinnear has seen a free kick, and it will go South Australia's way. Their vice-captain, Bruce Lindsay, will take it at half-back. It really has been a very entertaining opening to this game. Oh, that's a ground-covering kick by Lindsay towards centre wing. Walsh got a fist on it. Alvin went in strongly. Dennis Carroll is there also for Victoria. And again, umpire Kinnear will bounce. Umpires tonight are Rick Kinnear and John Russo. Redden against Walsh. Clark tried to soccer it off the ground. In goes Harvey as well. Bit of pushing and shoving between Anderson and Williams, and Greg Anderson, Bob, appears to be a little bit of a target tonight.
Well, I think Anderson's in the thick of things himself. He's not doing, just out there for nothing, you know.
Yes, we do. Nailey, centre wing to put the South Australian side into attack up towards the half-forward line. Mark Williams played on, or did he? Swooping on at Bradley. The umpire says you can play to advantage. Platten over the top, open goal, 25 metres out, goal! Second goal, first to Platten, 2-2 South Australia, 1-1 Victoria.
Well, the advantage rule being played there, as we can see John Russo on replay calling play on. He had given the free kick, was going to give a 15-metre penalty, but when we saw Platten come away after taking a hand pass from Bradley, he allowed play to go on, and a fine goal to Platten.
Back in the centre with umpire Kinnear. South Australia 2-2, lead Victoria 1-1. Great opening to this game, brilliant crowd. Victoria through Meldrum. The kick forward is to centre half forward. Merritt the punch clear. Trying to work his way clear as Clark. Here's an opportunity off. Brilliantly tapped on to Salmon. Salmon the handball to Heaney. Walking goal. No, Burton. Oh, the handball was too long. An attempted soccer up. Volley in midair, in fact, by Mark Harvey. But the ball was over the line. And just 1 point.
Yes, well, the handball there, too unselfish by Healy. Should have had the shot himself.
Agreed. Hughes to the outer side. Redden's out there. Redden got the handball out. Quickly now it's Poole. Victoria going to attack through Williams up towards full forward. But it's well taken there by Harvey. Harvey's got it 25 metres out in front. And you can certainly tell when the Vics are in attack. Not a lot of noise at all. Mark Harvey. an Essendon player. The umpire goes galloping, but it's a goal. Victoria 2-2, tied up the ball game.
Right, an excellent goal by Mark Harvey, and a lovely pass coming down the ground. Poole having a hand in that, a lovely hand pass, and the Vicks handball far more constructive at the moment, but South Australia running on a lot more.
Two apiece then at the 15-minute mark of this first quarter. Walsh against Redden. Trying to work his way clear was Meldrum. Player felled there was Williams. Sheedy, picture of concentration, and Williams it is who was hit behind the ear, I think, and he'll take the free. Williams playing well. This will be his fourth kick. Kicks towards centre half forward. Almost Salmon. Hughes caught high and paid. So South Australia, it's not Hughes, it's Scott Salisbury, and he's playing well, Bob, in this first quarter.
Yes, he's been a busy player and very solid, strong half back coming up the ground. He's actually playing in the back pocket, but playing most of it up forward as Carroll takes an excellent mark.
Well, Judge Mark in front of Kernahan, and Carroll has started well on the big full forward, remembering, of course, that it's just 2 years ago that Kernahan kicked those magnificent 10 goals in a similar match here at Football Park. Now Kernahan, the hero of the South Australian crowd, and he's been paid.
Check side of centre wing to put the South Australian side into attack. His second mark. Kernahan has come right upfield to get his third kick, however, almost on the half-back flank. Goes to the half-forward line. Redden is up there. Domenico back. Almost a strong mark in front. In goes Naley. Naley on the left leg. Bradley wants it short. Further back now is Filkey. Coming to meet it is Williams. In there for Victoria also is Yates. Can't get it clear. Coming away now is Poole. Poole towards the leader. Brereton on the outer side. Coming through strongly South Australia. Williams. He lost the football. Wilson has got it out wider still now. Is Meldrum. Meldrum goes to the half-forward line. Well taken by Matthew Campbell. Kicks out wide to the lead now of Mark Williams out there. Getting back on it, Waitman. Now Alvin. Out wide was Williams. All of Victoria out there. Meldrum and or Williams. Williams got the ball now. Looks for the pass on the lead. Quickly now is Brereton. And he's got the ball. Harvey it is. Harvey it is on the half-forward left flank. About 55 metres out. Might be just as about far as he could kick. Oh, on the lead goes Salmon. Beautifully put, Harvey. That is the perfect pass. Salmon out of the blocks in a flash. Couldn't have asked for anything better, and he's got it 35 metres out.
The big value of Paul Salmon, although he may be a very, very tall player, in fact the tallest player on the ground, he is an excellent lead, a true full forward, and if he's not doing well at full forward, an excellent ruckman when thrown onto the ball. It gives Kevin Sheedy a great deal of mobility in his whole movement.
Fourth kick, Salmon. Scores level on 2-2. Shot underway. That's home. Fine goal, Salmon.
Paul Salmon bringing up his second goal, and as Salmon has the drink we see on replay. Harvey, a lovely pass and good understanding between those two Essendon players. And Paul Salmon hasn't had the greatest of seasons, and in fact has only just started to run into form. 3 goals early last week and then went into the ruck.
So Salmon kicks his second. Victoria go clear by a goal. We're at the 19-minute mark of the first term. Parker on for Redden for South Australia. Kernahan in there. In trouble was Chris McDermott. Umpire Kinnear will bounce. 2 goals to Salmon, 1 to Harvey. South Australian goals being kicked by Platten and McDermott. Huge number of players around the ball as tap comes forward, and Victoria come from Carroll towards centre half forward. Salisbury out of trouble. Now Williams. The running player is Campbell. Kick is not well directed, however, into a nest of Victorian players. Folds takes it, tacks across the ground. That's a well put pass, and he's found out there Trevor Poole. The Richmond defender, who's playing at half back tonight, kicks high towards centre half forward, searching for Salmon from behind. He's got it, I think. Yes, it's been paid. Oh, too many centimetres for Danny Hughes, and that's the 4th mark to Paul Salmon. Here it is.
On replay, there's not a doubt in the world about that mark. The crowd mightn't be pleased about it, but certainly a mark to Paul Salmon.
Salmon proving a big thorn in South Australia's side. He's already booted 2 and missed one early in the quarter from just 25 metres out.
I don't think I'd wait. I think I'd make the move now.
Kick number 5 from Salmon, covering the distance all right. His 3rd goal.
And I think the move has been made. Parker to full-back. Hughes will come out, and Hughes has made a good fist of playing in the ruck for Melbourne at times. In fact, last year, played when he won the best and fairest for Melbourne, was an excellent player in the ruck. So don't be a bit surprised if Danny Hughes doesn't show quite a bit of fire and do well in the ruck.
Victoria 4-2 to South Australia's 2-2. At the centre bounce, a big fist away by Clark. Not Walsh it was. Campbell towards centre wing. Here's a chance for Anderson, trying to get it back to Campbell. Through comes Alvin. Well played, Anderson. Domenico in there as well, and umpire Rick Kinnear will come in to bounce at centre wing.
It's a fine piece of play by Anderson there, because Tommy Alvin would have been off and running if Anderson hadn't trapped that ball.
Victoria by 12 points. The bounce at centre wing. Walsh gets the thump away. Back now towards Bradley. Bradley runs himself into trouble. Puts out a handball, more in hope than anything. Campbell read that one well. Bolton a chance now. Can't get it out. Quickly McDermott to Platten is good football. Kernahan nailed out on the outer side. Here's a chance for South Australia, but Victoria too strong. The long handball comes out now towards centre wing, but it's McDermott. Bolton wants it. Kernahan well is there. Walsh couldn't. Down goes the Victorian player with Williams on top, looking for a free kick, and the umpire's coming in to bounce the ball.
That was Hurd going down, and he did get the hand pass in, so that's why umpire Russo did not pay.
22 minutes gone. Victoria by 2 goals. Bounce just on the attacking side of centre for South Australia. Having problem with their system. The tackling of Victoria has been fierce and strong, as we would expect. Fulke hands it back to Bradley. Oh, good kick from Bradley into the square. Here's an opportunity for the big fella. No, the free has been paid. There was a little infringement before. The crowd are not happy. I think umpire Russo was quite correct in his assessment. Pert comes bouncing away. Has 3. Time to steady. Searches for Merritt in the centre of the ground. The Victorian captain takes a good mark. Called to play on, or wants to play on. Now he's off. The kick to half forward. Domenico. Lindsay jumped very early. Chance on the ground. The bulky Domenico. Harvey. Good rolling mark. And Victoria playing top football at the moment as Harvey has it at right half forward. This is his 4th mark. The good rolling mark it was, although a little lucky from that kick of Domenico, who I felt was heading for the goals. But Mark Harvey has it. He's only 30 metres out. And this is his 4th kick. Drop punt is offline. 1 point only. 4-3 Victoria, South Australia 2-2.
Well, that real attack came from full-back when Gary Pert ran as far as he kicked it, or would have kicked it, and then put a beautiful kick in up to the wing.
Not a lot of pressure put on him, Bob. Parker to the lead of Anderson. Thumped away. Here's a chance now. Harvey whips out the handball back, looking for Domenico. He's well shepherded. Puts it up now for Salmon. Parker against Salmon. Parker at the back. The ball bouncing back. He could concede. Healy touched off the boot. Close shave for South Australia, but Victoria nudged their 4th point. 4-4-28. South Australia 2-2-14.
It's a good effort by Parker there.
So Max Parker, who was shifted to full-back just a few moments ago. Hughes has gone into the ruck. Anderson unable to mark. Strong body work from Matthew Campbell. South Australia towards centre wing. Kernahan from behind again. And Dennis Carroll playing very well on him, Bob.
Yes, he's playing from the front position, and Kernahan is still making the mistake that he's been doing the same thing in Victoria of not trying to punch from behind.
Carroll's kick towards half forward. Fisted clear by Williams. Campbell takes it out of the air and hands it off to Bradley. Now Anderson. Back to centre wing. Kernahan again behind, but this time taps it clear. Walsh. Finally, it's Carroll who puts it back to half forward. Anderson and teammate Salisbury spoil one another. The kick crossed towards centre of the ground, and that's a fine mark by Margolace.
Yeah, it's not good play by Domenico on that occasion. It's all right if the the players completely clear, but not across the ground like that.
Michael Aish sends South Australia into attack up towards Kernahan. 1-2 grabs. The umpire said play on G. The crowd won't like that one. Umpire John Russo in charge. Centre half forward. Let's have a look at it. One. Have a look at the second grab. Into time on.
Personally, I would have paid the mark.
So would have I, Bob. Kernahan, the big thumb. Up towards Pert and Dietrich. Pert has the pace. Close to the line. Clears long. Back towards his half-back line. Dear Domenico coming. Oh, great mark taken by South Australia's Filkey. Ace it was. Coming with a tight out goes the short pass. Kernahan. Well, the big fellow's got into the game. He's about 40 metres out. It's his third mark. And a big chance for South Australia. Kick number 4. Into time on. South Australia down by 14 points. An easy one for Kernahan. He slipped Carroll on that occasion, having trouble with the laces. An important kick for South Australia. They just can't let Victoria get too far in front.
Kernahan looks a far better player when he moves around. Graham Corns on the telephone, and when he leads and comes up the ground, gets in the front position. Kernahan, a very dangerous player.
Kernahan from 35, 40 metres out. Kick underway. Nice looking kick. Coming back with a boot. Close. Goal Kernahan, his first. South Australia 3-2 to Victoria 4-4.
Stephen Kernahan, an excellent lead and a lovely piece of play by Michael Aish. Good leadership there by Aish. As Pert came away from the back line, we saw Michael Aish running the wrong way, and that's the lead and the mark taken by Kernahan, but the mark before that really set it up.
We're into time on by a minute and a half. Just 8 points to difference. Anderson has 3 to compete with, but comes out with the ball. Brilliantly played. Oh, brilliant tap onto Nailey. Nailey into the pocket. Dietrich on a lead. Pert from behind. After it goes Mark Williams, but the line is too close.
It's amazing how the crowd didn't say anything about that throw.
Nor the push in the back.
Dietrich, who's having his problems at the moment with Gary Pert. Ball not being put as probably as good as it could be to him. A wild handball heads in the direction of Meldrum. He's going to be caught. A handball to Dear Domenico, but umpire Kinnear, who is in charge at the moment, has seen the free and Nailey will take it. Left half forward flank. Kick number 5 from Nailey. Goes to the square. Kernahan, but it's a Victorian mark for sure. It's one or the other. Pert was at the back and he's been paid. Pert to Alvin. Now Walsh. Victoria out of trouble towards centre wing. 2 South Australians out there. The mark has been taken, and it's Danny Hughes, rather, on centre wing. Oh, in fact, he's paid the free kick to Bolton. He lays it over the top to Hughes now. Hughes from the right forward pocket. Well, that's a long kick into the square at the back. Kernahan. Platten roving off hands, but the ball has hit the post, and there'll be a throw-in that left forward pocket. 3-2 South Australia, 4-4 Victoria. We're 3 minutes into time on.
Yes, close to quarter time in the big interstate game. Kernahan will go with Walsh. Victoria's Yates there as well. Adjacent to the behind post. Kernahan, Walsh. Hook back, here's a chance. Filkey! But he's high, wide and handsome. In fact, he's out on the full. And the free taken by Victoria in defence. Pert sends the ball back towards the half-back line. Brereton up, got his hands to it, couldn't complete it. And the ball is tumbled out of play by Redden. A throw-in, half-forward left flank. Over 28 minutes gone. Dermot Brereton up on the half-back flank at the moment from his forward division. Siren sounds. Quarter time here at Football Park in the interstate clash. Victoria 4-4, South Australia 3-2. Second quarter at Football Park, Victoria 4-4, South Australia 3-2. Ball on the centre. Williams couldn't get the kick out. Ball held to the South Australian player there in Bradley, and the umpire will come in and rebounce the football. Magnificent night, top first quarter, huge crowd. Walsh got the tap away, but it went to Aish. Drives South Australia into attack up towards the half-forward line. Chance Kernahan as he goes through the pack, slipped it out. Nailey, open goal, could not miss. South Australia's 4th goal. Beautifully done, Stephen Kernahan. Nailey's first. South Australia 4-2. Victoria 4-4.
Excellent piece of roving in the centre by Aish. As on replay now, we see Kernahan tap the ball forward. A lovely ball, an excellent hand pass, and a good running goal to Nayley, who shows a good turn of speed. But that really started with Michael Aish in the centre.
Just what the doctor ordered for South Australia, a goal within 40 seconds on the bounce. Walsh, Waitman, Shane Hurd comes clear, kicks it towards centre half forward. Brereton taps it clear. Phillips in trouble, finally socked off the ground by Brereton towards centre wing. In turn, Hurd. Player in trouble was Poole, coming out with it as the vice captain Waitman. He's caught, gets it back to Foles, run down. Bradley takes it, pulled the ground by Merritt. Filkey's long handball is not well directed and intercepted by Alban. Victoria into attack. Williams, the centreman, takes it at half forward. Salmon from behind. Parker appeared to get one in the back. Ball went unnoticed. Brereton shot the goal. It's a beauty, I think. Yes, it is. Oh, good goal from Dermot Brereton. His first. Victoria back in front. 5-4. South Australia 4-2.
Well, the fans not too happy about that, as they felt that Salmon had a push in the back. And we watch on replay, and I do agree. I think Barker was pushed in the back on that occasion. Brereton making the most of it and putting it through. An excellent snap by Dermot Brereton.
Meldrum off for Victoria. Hawker having his first run for the evening. Bradley doesn't look at all well at the moment for South Australia. Centre bounce. Walsh doing all the rucking for Victoria at the moment against Redden. The ball comes towards Platt and Anderson in. Couldn't get the kick away. Quickly searching for the ball there was McDermott. Dear Domenico, Kernahan, McDermott. Now Anderson a chance. Cycles the ball into attack. Alvin getting back on the ball with Hawker for Victoria. With him there is Williams, but Hawker's first kick for the afternoon or the evening goes up towards centre half forward. Williams, a long hand ball out wide. Here's the chance now for Victoria's Harvey in towards Salmon, the big fellow up, but in front's a fine mark to Healy, and he's got it 30 metres out in front.
Brereton, the centre half back, Carroll to the half forward line.
Gerard Healy in front of Salmon there on that occasion, a good mark, and he's got the ball a 45-degree angle, about 30 metres out. Meldrum coming back on, he wasn't on the interchange bench long. Second kick, Healy. High. Drop punt going across the face of goal. And to the relief of South Australian supporters, he nudges just a single point. 5-5 Victoria, 4-2 SA.
Parker. Not a well-directed pass, but Williams half volleys it. Gets a handball over the top to Campbell. Campbell with that blistering pace of his gets clear. That's his 7th kick towards half forward. Brereton the spoiler. Chance on the ground for Nayley. Rides the bump well, close to the line. Taps it on to Anderson. In turn, Filkey, snared however by Foles. He bangs it back towards centre wing. Redden in pursuit, but the ball will go out of play on that outer side.
Carroll off the ground, Meldrum back on.
Brereton to centre half back on Kernahan. It was through that. There's Tony McGuinness warming up. Hasn't been on the ground as yet, but his appearance looks imminent. Merritt took it out of the air, tapped it back. Fans screaming for a free. It's been paid. I didn't quite see what that was for, Bob, but the free's going South Australia's way.
I think he suggested that Roger Merritt threw the ball forward.
Bradley has it just on centre wing with his 5th kick. Goes to half forward. Kernahan is the target. Flying also on the pack was Redden. Taken beautifully by Williams. The pass from Ace will find Filkey in the pocket. Oh, good build-up by South Australia. And Grantley Filkey, who won the Magarey medal in '85, has it now about 40 metres out.
On replay, we see Filkey making beautiful position, and Tommy Alban a good runner, and Filkey giving a bit of a run around so far.
Filkey's drop punt has covered the distance. Oh, he's got the accuracy as well. His first goal.
An excellent goal by Grantley Filkey, and it was suggested that his disposal wasn't 100% so far tonight. A couple of excellent passes, and that shot from the angle right through the centre, no mistake at all. It looks as though Filkey might be the player that comes straight off the ground. As on replay we see that mark, and Filkey is now coming off the ground to be replaced by McGuinness immediately after kicking a goal.
The Vicks have thrown Merritt into ruck. Merritt is in ruck for Victoria now. The ball at the centre bounce. The umpire set a high tackle. A chance for South Australia through Platten to go into attack. It's Bolton. Filkey off the ground for South Australia. To the half-forward line. Great mark, Michael Aish. Bolton butters up for the double play. Doesn't want that player. Out comes Dietrich. He's going into the pocket now. Good leap, good mark. Fine mark there by Williams. Right forward pocket, most acute angle. Almost impossible to kick a goal there at Footy Park.
Well, we'll see how it does come up, but a little surprising to go to such an acute angle from the position that he did kick.
The angle is evident. He's possibly looking at a half a metre of goal space. Mark Williams' first kick. The check side coming back, but it came back far too quickly. I think Bob Skilton calls that a banana ball. We call it check side, Bob, but we know what we're talking about.
I won't comment on that. We know what we mean, and Pert now bringing the ball back into play.
5-3 then South Australia, trailing Victoria 5-5. Walsh at half-back. Poor defence, nobody standing the mark. Walsh's 8th kick towards centre wing. There's a push in the back. Gee, that went unnoticed also. The free should have been paid to Williams. Phillips in trouble. Opportunity now for Victoria. Kicking the ball clear was Hawker. In trouble now, Waitman. Lost it, holding the man. Well, gee, I'm not sure, but the free's gone to Victoria. Hawker has it. Passes off. Now it's Williams from just forward of the centre half forward area. Salmon at the back. Walking goal. Clark. It's a goal. Clark's booted his first. Victoria 6-5. South Australia 5-3.
Well, we watch again on replay as Williams puts the ball high in the air, and we can see both Parker and Salmon up high. Clark roving beautifully, putting it through, much to the disappointment of the crowd, as once again they felt that Salmon had got into the back of Parker.
How do you know they're disappointed, Bob? A huge crowd, and I wouldn't think there'd be too many in here barracking for Victoria. But still, that's what it's all about. Kevin Sheedy, the Victorian coach, he's looking a little sad. He's on the phone at the moment.
Healy off the ground, Dean coming on.
Dean having his first run for the evening. Peter Dean, centre bounce, Merritt against Redden, Platten, onto his boot quickly, Kernahan, quickly Bolton, got it from Bradley, runs himself into the trouble, 3-on-1, hasn't got the pace to go with Clark. What blistering pace! Gee, he did that beautifully, stole the football, goes to the outer side, 3 South Australians, McDermott goes down, Williams on top, the umpire said holding the ball. Another fairly popular decision, but it was there. Out wider still is Alvin. The Vicks off the half-back line go long to the lead out there now of Victoria's Harvey. He's hepped off the ball. Salisbury back in defence for South Australia.
Salisbury handball, searches for and finds Phillips. Back it goes to Salisbury in the 1-2, forced onto the left foot, puts it high towards centre wing. Redden having trouble marking tonight. Williams playing brilliantly. Depp in a medical. Took a solid one, but just stood his ground. Beautiful pass from Depp in a medico. Dropped by Burton, but plenty of time to put it into the pocket. Here's a go for Waitman. 15 metres out, acute angle, fires to goal, but hits the post. Oh, lucky escape for South Australia. A point to Waitman, 6-6 Victoria, 5-3 South Australia.
Fine piece of football by DP Domenico. A good tackle by South Australia. Good hip and shoulder, but DP Domenico carrying it well.
Broughton in front, Anderson at the back. Quickly in there now for Hawker. Got the handball out to Merritt. Merritt high back now, looking up there for Salmon. Salmon. Parker spoils. Quickly in Bolton for South Australia. Slipped it across. Salisbury went down in a screaming heap. Lindsay has to stand his ground, thumped away from him, and the ball goes out of play in the right forward pocket. 6-6 to 5-3. Top game of football. Big crowd enjoying every second of it. Victoria in attack. Only about 5 or 6 metres around. 10 minutes gone, second quarter. Parker against Salmon over the top. Phillips goes for the thump. Hawker getting back on the ball, looking for the lead of Salisbury there. Quickly now, Platten comes in. Williams against the tide. Courageous. Lindsay for South Australia. Boots it back to centre wing. Redden is there. Big mark, Redden. And he's got it to put South Australia into attack.
This time the big fella has it on centre wing, getting a 15-metre now against the Victorian captain, Roger Merritt. Redden's kick towards half forward. Kernahan has front spot on this occasion. Chance at the back. Dietrich knocks it forward and goes after it again, or cleverly Williams. Platten from 35 metres. Out wide. And just 1 point. So Victoria 6-6, South Australia 5-4. 10.5 minutes gone in the second term.
Well, Platten having a golden opportunity there, but the kick just not online.
Pert, the kick in. To the lead on the outer side there of Hawker. Good mark. Took 3 grabs, but he's okay. Still in the inside the half back line. Kick number 5 towards Walsh in the centre. Can't bring that one down. A chance now for Folds. Working the ball towards the line. Hotly pressed there by Aish. And South Australia's Tony McGuinness. The ball out of play on the half-forward left flank. Almost 11 minutes gone. Victoria by 8 points. Kernahan against Merritt at the throw-in. Half-forward left flank. Kernahan in front. Merritt got the tap away. Taken by Williams. Grabbed high. Must get the free kick. Or is it Wakeman? Let's have a look when he comes to it. To surface, and it's Williams on the half-back line.
On replay now, we see the high tackle. There was no doubt about that. Williams against Williams. Mark Williams of South Australia giving Greg Williams of Victoria the free kick.
The Victorians' 8th kick is towards half-forward. Brereton pushed out. No, played on. Gee, that should have been a free as Bradley puts it long in towards centre half-forward. Platten will have to lead. Here's an opportunity for Kernahan. A hurry kick. Dietrich got him. Must be paid. The big fella has it 15 metres out and a chance to kick his first.
On replay now, Kernahan doing well to hook that around, and Mark Williams now to line it up 20 metres out.
I did call Dietrich. It is obviously Mark Williams. His kick is good. Goal.
A delighted Mark Williams running back, but good play once again from Kernahan, who now has as his opponent big Kevin Walsh. Brereton going to centre half back just for a few moments until Kevin Sheedy had a chance to settle the side down with Carroll coming off and Meldon then going back on. Brereton had a short time there, but now it's Kevin Walsh at centre half back. Brereton back down in the forward position.
Victoria by 2 points. 6-6 plays 6-4. Merritt got it down to Clark. Clark to the half-forward line. A dream run at the back there for Harvey. Harvey looking out wide. Williams on the lead now as Wakeman in the pocket. He's against Salisbury. One-on-one. Quickly coming back in defence for South Australia's McDermott. Slips out the handball. Naley having a run on the ball for South Australia. Puts it high back towards Anderson and deep here to Menaco. Aerial ping-pong for the moment. Under pressure there. Campbell to Daly is good football. South Australia off the half-back line up towards McGuinness. With him back there for Victoria is Folds, and he tumbles the ball out of play on South Australia's half-forward left flank.
And Jeff Rains getting ready to come on. Looks like he may be waiting for just a period of time, but we'll see what happens.
Second quarter, 13 minutes plus gone. Victoria by 2 points in the top game of footy at Football Park. Naley, is that in the back of Williams? No, holding the ball, says the umpire. And the little South Australian Raven will have it at centre wing.
Salmon into the ruck, Merritt to full forward.
Naley gets a 15-metre as Williams held on to him for too long. Playing well with his 8th kick. High. Dietrich a chance to fly from behind. Or Salmon at the second attempt. Has he been paid? Yes, he has. So the big fella who's come out of full forward. A little bit aggro on that occasion. Wanted to get on with the business, but gets a kick wide. Chance now for Victoria as Dean's kick is well put towards centre wing and finds Meldrum. Meldrum has the running player in Hawker. Good build-up by Victoria as Hawker goes long. The lead from Merritt is just too far in front of him. Parker from behind. Opportunity now for Deepere Domenico. Gets it to Brereton. Was it Harvey? Very much alike. Harvey, in fact, back to Clark. His kick is just offline and a minor score only. 6-7 Victoria leads South Australia 6-4.
Clark's starting to become a busy little player, as is Naley. Naley playing an excellent game for South Australia, doing a lot of running right around that flank.
Clark and Naley, do you think there's any pace there, Bob? The kick in by Parker towards Redden. Up over the top he goes, can't bring it down. Here's a chance now for Naley to show the pace. Tries to tap it over his head. Clark likewise has the pace. Whips out a handball, half-forward line. Victoria through Poole. Centres it towards his half-forward line, but back in defence. It's taken by Scott Salisbury. Salisbury at centre half-back. I don't know whether he's getting 15 metres. Kick number 8. He's done pretty well in the back pocket. It's his third mark. Wobbles an awkward kick up towards Alvin, who thumped the ball clear towards centre wing. Close to the line is Bradley. Can't keep it in play. A throw-in will take place.
Athletic young man, Tom Alvin. That was a gigantic leap then to get over the top of big Michael Redden. 3 points in it. Free kick has been seen for a high tackle. McDermott will take it. Player on the bottom looks like Stephen Clark, but it's Bones McDermott that comes out with it. Clark not all that happy. McDermott wanting to get on with it. Bolton provided the run, but then he steadied. Kick now towards Kernahan. Walsh from behind. Alvin the chance. Calling for it was Williams. Well, Bradley takes it cleverly. Ace pushed in the back. So South Australia will go forward. Their captain has played well. Naily in the thick of things. Kicks a high one into the pocket. Dietrich on this occasion had front spot. Look at that mark. What a brilliant effort from Salmon.
Well, he may have been out of 4 million this season, but he's playing an excellent game tonight.
200 metres and get up that high, a half a metre. Who's got a hope against him? Must be a free kick to Clark, not seen. Williams whips out a handball. Kernahan hooks around towards Platten, should get it. Platten might be too far out to score. Dietrich on the lead, thought about it, but aborted. Now he goes back. It's 2-on-1 in the square. And Salmon's one of them. South Australia, no hope in that situation. Must get some players back in the square. Kick number 6, Platten. He's going for home with a long one. Touch and go. Could be the Shepherd over the top. Pert touched. Brilliantly touched by Gary Pert right on the last line. And South Australia nudge a point 6-5 to Victoria's 6-7.
A great effort by the big fellow Dietrich to try and shepherd that ball through. It was a magnificent effort, really.
Pert now to Alvin. Victoria running out of the defence. Well, that's a good kick from Alvin towards centre wing. Pierre Domenico takes it. Doing well against Anderson. This is his 9th kick. In fact, it was a handball. Victoria go forward. Oh, well put to Waitman. Waitman wants to handball it, wants to get over the top. He's run a long way, but he's going to goal. Yes, he has. Second to Dale Waitman. And Victoria 7-7. South Australia 6-5.
Yes, Dale Waitman, and Waitman a very adept handballer, and he was really trying to get it over to Roger Merritt on that occasion, but Parker just wouldn't keep coming at him. As we watch on replay now, an excellent hand pass, the kick coming from Pert, Waitman taking it, he's drawing the player to him, he doesn't come, tries again, then the goal.
Bob, you wonder from South Australia's point of view whose man he was. It was 2-on-1 back there. The South Australian lone defender and Parker had no chance.
I think Salisbury was caught coming up the ground.
Victoria changing Waitman and Stephen Clark in that full forward pocket. 7-7 plays 6-5. Victoria by 8 points. 18 minutes gone, second quarter.
Interesting that Sheedy now has Hurd on Naily, so obviously he feels that Naily's a bit more dangerous tonight than Aish.
He's hard to keep up with, I can tell you. Bradley, high tackle, soft free kick that one. Bradley from the check side of the centre line to put South Australia into attack with kick number 7. Ball's a tumble, punt dropping short. Kernahan in front, couldn't do it. Well played, dear Domenico to give Waitman the run. Gets the handball out, but it was only as far as Michael Aish. High tackle on Aish. McGuinness got one over. Now it's Anderson. Half forward line. He puts in a high one over the top. Now Platten's got to go get 7. Unbelievable. David and Goliath, but the umpire. Well, Johnny Platten's remonstrating with the umpire, but he had no alternative. If he got on a step ladder, he going to hit him in the back of the ear.
But nonetheless, I wouldn't have paid it personally. I don't think that Salmon held that for quite long enough, and Platten did a magnificent job to spoil as we watch on replay now. And let's see just how long Salmon did hold it for. 2, not for mine.
Well done, Bob. Ball out now towards Mark William. Tunnel balls it out. Platten can't. Quickly now, it's McGuinness. A high kick going nowhere in particular. Salmon setting himself. Oh, do you think he's having a few birthdays back in defence?
Definitely that one.
Mark number 7 for Salmon. Certainly, Bob, no doubt about that, as the kick finds Walsh. Walsh palms off Bolton. Oh, Williams left unattended. Rains it is, sorry, on the ground. Has the luxury of a bounce and then puts it deep towards half forward, and the mark has been taken by Stephen Clark. Clark chips in short, intercepted by Anderson. Chance with South Australia now. Redden out wide to Salisbury. He's unloaded, and the penalty free kick will be taken by Bolton. He's got the mark and he's off. A bounce. Now Dietrich in front. Pert goes the big fist. Poole should be first on the scene, gets a favour of a bounce and then a slight fumble, but this allows Alvin to take it clear. Alvin's 6th kick is towards half forward, and the mark has been taken by Waitman. So Victoria doing well at the moment. Their run-on game is good. Waitman's off. He's around 1, goes in short, looking for Brereton. We've got an awkward bounce. Lindsay did well. Nobody to kick it to. Goes after it himself. Well played by Bruce Lindsay. Opportunity for Bolton. Oh, got a horrid bounce, but he's buttering up again. Oh, that's a better set. Bolton up. Kicks in long. Pert in front. Up high. Couldn't mark. To the ground. Hawker unloaded. Platten close by. In goes Williams. Appeals for the free kick. But umpire Russo will have nothing of that. There's the big leap from Pert.
Gary Pert right over the top. Hawker coming over the top now. Definitely no free kick. A good decision by umpire Russo.
The action starting to hot up at Football Park in the interstate clash. 7-7 to 6-5. 21 and a half gone. Salmon got his hand to it, but Kernahan, good run, a goal through. Oh, hit the woodwork. Brilliant try by Stephen Kernahan. The bounce of the ball, a B-grade bounce, just hit the post. 1 point South Australia. 6-6 to the Vicks. 7-7.
Gary Pert comes grandstand side looking for Salmon. Playing brilliantly tonight, Salmon. Kicked 3 in the first quarter, but there's been a free here. A high tackle, and the free on this occasion will go to Tony McGuinness. McGuinness, who started as an interchange player. Victoria making a change. Brereton off and Gerard Healy on. Pert up high, Alvin unloaded. Waitman goes in strongly. This time it will be a Victorian free kick for a trip, and the ball has got to come back, and Waitman will take it in the back pocket. So Victoria lead by 7 points. We're almost 22 minutes into this second term in what is developing into a very good game of football. Salmon in front, taps on. Strongly went Campbell, ridden out to Bolton. Bolton on to McDermott. Back to Bolton in the 1-2. Good build-up. Ace, 35 metres out. Brilliant goal. Oh, what a top goal. Michael Ace, his first. And South Australia come fighting back. 7-6 to Victoria, 7-7.
A wonderful team goal there by South Australia. A number of players in that as Bolton gives it across to McDermott. Back to Bolton. On now to Aish. And a very good captain's goal by Michael Aish. Much to the delight of the crowd, and as well they might be, because that was a great team goal.
Bob, they're having trouble getting the football back. There's a big crowd. You would have thought it would come back a little quicker. Maybe somebody needs a footy.
And I think they realise that when you kick a goal, you like to get back and get the ball bounced as quickly as possible, and it's to the detriment of South Australia after a goal like that it doesn't come back very quickly. Agreed.
Victoria by 1 point. 23 minutes gone, second quarter. In ruck will be Merritt against Redden. Good bounce by the umpire. Merritt's tap away, but it taken there now by Bradley. South Australia into attack up towards Mark Williams. Got the sit on the ball nicely. Well clear, hooks around the corner. Dietrich! Oh, he didn't mark it. The umpire paid a push. Oh, what a lucky one. Lux of fortune. Bobby Skelton. Not for mine, not at all. As we watch on replay now, and we see Dietrich well out in front. And I think he was too far in front. He fell in diving to take that, but nonetheless, here it is now. Grenville Dietrich, the big fellow, South Australia's leading goal kicker by plenty. 48 for the season. His first kick for the game. 10 metres out. His first interstate game. South Australia down by 1 point. He's nudged it through. The Crow Eaters in front. 8-6 South Australia. Victoria 7-7. And to the delight of the crowd, and Victorians might well like to claim Grenville Dietrich, because he did play with Richmond under-19s, and that's low, Bob, that's low.
You waited till he kicked the goal, Bob.
As Grenville Dietrich diving forward, and I certainly would not have paid the free kick, and you can be your own judge as Williams' kick comes forward.
Now Dear Peter Domenico, ridden to the ground by Anderson, and he'll take the free.
Must get the free kick. The attack side of centre wing elects to play on. Kick number 10. He's played very well indeed. In towards Merritt. Fine mark. Geez, mobile for a big man. What a player. At full forward at the moment. He centres the ball on the short lead. Quickly now Clark. Clark right forward. Pocket snaps around the corner. The umpire starts to gallop. Fine mark taken in there by, is it Poole? Poole in the left forward pocket. Geez, tucked in on an angle, only about 15 metres out.
It's an excellent mark by Trevor Poole, but real pressure goal. One that the Vicks would dearly love to kick at this stage of the quarter.
Down by 4 points. Close to the big interval. Poole in the left forward pocket, yet to kick a goal. not getting a lot of support from the over 40,000 people here. Kick number 5 underway. He's gobbed it right through. What a fine goal. Split the centre. Victoria back in front with Poole's first goal. 8-8 the Victorians, 8-6 South Australia.
Trevor Poole showing complete confidence in his kicking there. He had a couple of leads that he could have chosen to go for, but didn't even think about it. Was completely confident of putting the ball through. An excellent goal. As we watch on replay now, the hook after the snap at goal, and it's a fine mark by Trevor Poole. Judge that to perfection.
Seesawing game at Football Park sees Victoria back in front by 2 points. Big Salmon the tap forward. Harvey the chance. A hurried kick towards half forward. Gerard Healy around 1, 2, now 3. Cleverly done. The kick is out wide towards half forward. Anderson went high, but better judgment shown by Williams. Clark into the pocket. Williams puts it out in front. Stephen Clark having difficulty picking it up. In pursuit is Salisbury, and that's again good defensive work by little Scott Salisbury. So he saved the day momentarily for South Australia as Clark was clear there. But there'll be a throw in now just 15 metres around from the goal, and the Victorian hierarchy must be just a little worried at the moment. South Australia have played pretty well. Anderson takes it, puts it out wide to Bradley. And Bradley just slowing proceedings down at the moment.
Well, the rest of the crowd could see the 2 South Australians, but Bradley couldn't.
Bradley's hot 10th kick is a high one towards centre wing. Beautifully read by Ace. Gets it over to McGuinness. On to Campbell. Top build-up. Campbell from 50 metres. Wobbles one off the side. And it'll go out of play in that right forward pocket. It really deserved better.
It's a couple of times now the South Australians have had opportunities, but poor disposal coming down the ground. And I think that's a bit of the pressure applied by both sides. An excellent game so far.
A long quarter, 31 minutes gone. Victoria by 2 points. The throw in. Kernahan against Salmon, giving away some centimetres is Kernahan. Salmon's tap away. Alvin against McDermott, uses his body well. Wants to go back in Bordeaux. Bolton got the handball over Platten. A chance snaps around the corner. And a goal! Just across the face of goal. Gee, from our angle, it looked like it was going through the middle. And with the boot, it swung across the face of goal. And a point is recorded to South Australia. They are down by 1 point.
Gary Pert, who's done a very fine job on Dietrich, has kept him down to 1 goal, and that indeed was a questionable free kick. McGuinness under pressure, tapped on by Dennis Carroll. G. Williams has played well in the middle. Waitman in trouble, needs help. Back it goes to Williams. Williams on to Rains. Rains flanked by Waitman. Waitman goes deep into the pocket looking for Merritt. He's out in front and takes it at the second grab. Merritt wastes no time, puts a long one into the square. Getting back was Phillips for South Australia, gets a fist on it, and a rush point sees to 8-9 now, leading South Australia by 2 points.
Bob, from a South Australian point of view, it's a bit of a worry how Victoria can get that loose man going downfield. South Australia a little bit slow to pick up the rebounders.
Yes, I agree with that, but they're running on well themselves, and it's a bit hard to play it both ways.
Both playing attacking football. Siren sounds. What a top quarter of football. The Vics led by 8 points at quarter time, 4-4 to 3-2. South Australia fought back, but at half time, Victoria 8-9 to South Australia's 8-7. Bob Skilton, any pattern developing?
Well, the real pattern in that quarter was the match-saving effort, you could say, or quarter-saving effort by Paul Salmon. Drifting across the back line, he took some excellent marks after kicking 3 goals in the first quarter. Salmon set the lead up for the Vics, but then saved them in the second term. The smaller players, Waitman and Williams, doing an excellent job around the packs, but South Australia's defence tightened up. Redden started to do well around the ground. Kernahan lifted at centre half forward, and Nailey, Aish, Platten and those players were fine people for South Australia.
So what has been a top game of football here at Football Park. It's half-time, and Victoria 8-9-57 leads South Australia 8-7-55 by 2 points. We'll take a break now and then come back with plenty more action.
Everything in readiness for the second half of the big interstate clash. Victoria having led by 8 points at quarter time, lead by 2 points as we start the second half. Redden in ruck for South Australia. Salmon for Victoria, gets the tap away. Through goes Merritt. Waitman gets the kick into the attack for the Vics, up towards the half-forward line. Over the top comes Lindsay. Thumps the ball back towards Merritt. Merritt tackled out there. Bolton one-on-one. Quickly into the action is McDermott. Michael Aish. Bradley. Good football, South Australia. Bradley looking for a running player. Pass goes Platten. On the lead is Nailey. Nailey tried to half volley. 2-on-1. Tango's out of trouble. Well, looks for the lead of Dietrich now going up towards that player. Kernahan as well. Bolton in beautiful half volley. Oh! He must have thought he's still playing in the VFL. He handballed to Alvin. Quickly now Waitman. Hurd. Off the half-back line. Waitman again. South Australia. Through Nailey. Now Kernahan. Kernahan 45 metres. There it goes for home. He's done it. South Australia in front again. Kernahan's second goal. 9-7 South Australia. 8-9 Victoria.
And once again, Nailey right in the thick of things as we see Waitman putting the ball through. Bradley takes it. Bradley taps the ball forward. Taken by Nailey. A very quick hand pass across to Kernahan. And Kernahan now proving a dangerous player. Dean now at full-back for Victoria on Big Dietrich, whilst Pert has gone to the half-forward flank. Looks like Brereton haven't quite picked up where Brereton is at full forward.
4 points in front then, South Australia. They've got the three in the middle. Bradley. No, it's going to Redden. Back it comes to Bradley, however. The kick towards centre-half forward. Walsh gets a fist on it. Chance for Foles. Gets it wide, but in the way is Ace. Well favoured by a bounce. Michael Ace, 35 metres out. Chips into the goal. Dietrich! Oh, he's got him. Beautifully put by Michael Ace. Playing a very good captain's game, and Dietrich sat him behind Peter Dean, and he's got it. First mark to Dietrich. He's only kicked one goal.
Lovely piece of football by Ace. 15 metres brings him right onto the line.
You couldn't possibly miss from here, Bob. Umpire Kinnear having a few words to say. Forcing Dean back onto the line. What does he do from there, Bob? He can't take him back any further than that.
Further.
Well, Dietrich has been the goal. Corns is happy, no doubt about that. Tina Dietrich. South Australia, 10-7. Lead Victoria, 8-9.
Well, Dietrich showing a lot of common sense on that occasion. A lot of players would come back and take the run in and go for the goal. And I don't quite know whether I quite agree with the move of Peter Dean. Dean's an excellent player, but certainly hasn't got the leap that Pert has got. And Dietrich might have a little bit too much bulk for him.
At the centre bounce, it'll be Redden against Salmon. A good bounce by the umpire. Redden got up high but didn't get the tap away. Victoria go into attack. Through Waitman up towards the half-forward line. Hawker on top. South Australia's Lindsay on the bottom, and the umpire will come in and bounce. 10-7 plays 8-9. Just over 3 minutes into the second half. Redden against Merritt uses his strength. Platten couldn't get it. Socket away by Lindsay. Up towards McGuinness. The running player is Lindsay. Doesn't want him. He kicks long. Dean and Dietrich come to meet the ball. Getting back in defence, however, for Victoria is Yates. And the ball is out. And a throw-in will take place. The umpire says it will. The crowd seem to think that they want a free kick for South Australia. And Sheedy not looking at all happy.
No, he's not. 10 points the difference now. They led by 2 at half-time. D'Pietdomenico gets a quick forward. Ace, Anderson, Platten. Into the pocket it goes and out of bounds on the full. So Dean will take it deep in that back pocket. South Australia have started brilliantly in the third quarter. Loveridge on for his first run. Gets the handball across. And the kick forward will find Harvey. Harvey's kick. Pert runs into trouble in the form of Craig Williams. Had a pretty quiet one the first half. Fortunately gets a lucky bounce. Gets it back to Greg Phillips. Phillips out wide now to Salisbury. Salisbury put the ground. There'll be a free after disposal. Kinnear coming down to talk to D'Pietdomenico. But in the meantime, it's Kernahan who gets the kick forward and finds Anderson. All South Australia running at the moment. Bolton, but he's deep in the pocket. Goes in with the left foot. Not a good kick. Mark Williams got a hand on it, and the ball has gone out of play.
It's the confidence of the South Australians, I think, cock of the hoop at the moment. They're really running on. Their defence has tightened up. Williams, Salisbury, Phillips across the half-back line, not letting a thing through the gate.
Kernahan against Salmon. Walsh there as well, thrown in the full forward left pocket for South Australia. Salmon used his height to get the tap away. Almost taken by Loveridge. Loveridge in again, the only player on the ground with a long sleeve Guernsey on. In brilliant form for Hawthorn, but he can't get out of that stack. And the umpire will come in to rebalance the footy. Umpire John Russo in charge for Victoria with Rick Kinnear of South Australia. A bounce down in the full forward left pocket for South Australia. Salmon gets the tap away again. Platten can't get the ball out. In go the heavy bodies again, and the umpire will rebalance the football.
There's a big pack of players around the bounce, and if South Australia can possibly get a goal here, their confidence will be sky high.
Well, it's 10 points the difference. They're in front. The goal would make them 16 points clear, but it's very congested in that forward line. Victoria, surprisingly, have got Greg Williams on the interchange at the moment. He had something like 10 kicks and 7 handballs in the first half, 17 possessions. I thought he was one of their top 3 or 4 players. But he, with Meldrum and Healy and Carroll, are on the interchange at the moment. Again, South Australia have put it out of bounds on the full. Anderson was the infringer on that occasion, and it's Dale Waitman who'll take it deep in the pocket. Not a well-directed kick, and he too has put it out of play. 18 for Victoria is Mark Yates, the son of former Geelong player John Yates, who currently resides in South Australia and coaches the Port Adelaide under-19s. And John C.D. Yates was a very good footballer in his day. Young Mark doing very well for both Geelong and Victoria. Anderson overruns it. Ace got the heavy one. Bradley in the thick of things, hooks back around the corner, but Walsh takes the mark in defence.
Walsh on the half-back line for Victoria to send them out of defence. Runs the ball out. Folds to the half-forward line. But I think Pert was over the line. The umpire said, yes, it was out. He didn't complete the mark, I think, Bob Stewart.
A good decision by the boundary umpire. He touched it on one side of the line and then gained it on the other, so out of bounds for the right decision.
Umpire Michael Wilson in his 150th senior game gets the ball back into play. Loveridge couldn't find it. Merritt can't get out. Platten, Lindsay, South Australia off the half-back line. McDermott, strong mark, slips it out to Anderson. Snookers in. Platten, back to Anderson in the double play. South Australia into attack, doesn't know whether to kick it or what to do with it. Up towards Dietrich, Dietrich and Dean. Dietrich! The umpire said play on, and Vicks go for the safety of the line. Almost a big mark. Oh, a little bit of a dust up there. It could be on. They're coming from everywhere. Here we go. The goal umpire there, umpire Des Hillebrand, just trying to sort things out as players' temple just cool down a little. It is getting a bit chilly out there.
Gee, they've got to settle themselves down, though, the South Australians. They're doing well at the moment. This is just what they don't need.
The umpire's just waiting for the players to cool down a bit. I think you'll find there'll be a throw-in. 8.5 minutes into the second half. South Australia by 10 points. Salmon against Kernahan, the big fellow in front now. Kernahan's got to get over the top of him. The body comes in the front. Can't get it clear. Platten in the action there. Players stack up high, and the umpire has seen a free kick. It'll go the way of Victoria, to taken in defence by Waitman.
Well, they need to get their minds back on the job and get it back smartly. Waitman with his 10th kick gets a 15-metre penalty and bangs it towards centre wing. Pert up in the middle of the pack, recovers brilliantly, then caught. Pert goes after it again. That's good, strong work from Gary Pert. Oh, he's been given a free. As Stampede Domenico limps off and Healy's back on. The kick from Pert travels to half forward. Clark tries to take it out of the air. Merritt with that arm very heavily bandaged. Kicked out of the hands of Healy, tapped on cleverly by Loveridge. Clark an opportunity, ridden to the ground, in the back. And Stephen Clark will take the free in the right forward pocket.
Poor tackle there by the back pocket player in Salisbury. Clark, I think, playing a little bit for it as we watch him there. He put the ball out in front of him again, and I don't think he hand passed it, so if Salisbury had been a good tackle, it would have been still in possession.
Stephen Clark booted one in the second quarter. Chips in short, Merritt on a lead. Good defensive work by Phillips, and the ball has been run over the play, but Salisbury will take the free. A high tackle from Merritt, and little Scott Salisbury has it deep in the back pocket. He's into double figures also with his kicks. There's the free. It was obvious a high tackle, and now Merritt's been dragged back on the mark. Anderson left unattended. South Australia doing well as Anderson's 10th kick is high towards centre-half forward. Kernahan cleverly taps it over the top. Here's a race into the pocket. First to meet it was Yates. Picked up brilliantly by Nally. McGuinness run down. Strong tackle. Holding the ball. Gee, they don't agree with that, the fans. Bob Skilton.
Oh, no doubt a free kick to Victoria. It was a great tackle by Hawker.
Bob, I'll get shot for saying so, but I agree with you. Stephen Clark, half-back flank, puts out the pass. The lead there of Harvey, and Harvey's got it. South Australian fans seem to think that maybe it was a high tackle. Gee, they don't like him at all. A kick towards the half-forward line, thumped away there off Merritt. South Australia through Bolton. He's dispossessed. A chance now for Rains to the half-forward line, and the ball goes out of play. 10-7 to 8-9. The umpire not popular at the moment. 11 minutes gone. David Darcy.
I'm sure he's not popular. That's a total understatement, Ian. I do agree with you and Bob Skilton. That last decision he played was undoubtedly correct. That tackle on Tony McGuinness in the half-forward line.
What hope have I got? I've got a Victorian, an expatriate Victoria.
You've got no hope.
I'm going to toe the line.
Williams got the free. Lindsay's long handball will find Phillips. Generally a very good kicker of the ball. McGuinness taps it. Held without it. Hawker the infringer. And Tony McGuinness will take it at centre wing. Lindsay provides the run. South Australia playing top footy. Dietrich got a lead in the pocket. It's too long for him. Good work from behind by Dean. Throws himself at it and taps it on. Loveridge. Players go in very strongly. Falling along on the hands and knees was Anderson. And there'll be a throw in at left half forward flank.
You couldn't ask for a better exhibition of football at the moment. Both sides running on, both sides showing great desperation. The tackling is absolutely superb by both teams.
South Australia by 10 points. 12 minutes into the second half. Over the top came Mark Williams. Aerial ping-pong there from Victoria's pool. Finally, it's got out from Bolton. Here's a chance. McGuinness on the run. He goes for home. Oh, what a goal, South Australia. McGuinness is first. They eke out their lead to 11-7 to Victoria's 8-9.
And one of the most dangerous players out there has proved to be McDermott, who's right in the thick of things whenever South Australia go forward with good hand pass. And we see McDermott now get it to Bolton, across to McGuinness, shows a good turn of speed and an excellent goal from Tony McGuinness.
Let's watch it again.
As Poole taps the ball down, a hand pass coming out to McGuinness, to Bolton, to McGuinness from Bolton.
South Australia go forward from the bounce. McDermott has it at left half forward. Gee, they're running over the top of the Vicks at the moment. The lead is 16 points. Kernahan in the square. Couldn't take it. Williams needs support. Gets it to Dietrich. Oh, goal! What a great goal! He's third. South Australia 12-7 go further ahead. Victoria 8-9.
Well, as I said, after the half-time break, I would have left Pert at full-back because I thought Pert was doing a good job against Dietrich. I don't see Dean as the man down there. Williams gets it across to Dietrich and a lovely snap by the idol of the crowd. On replay, the kick coming forward. Platten, Williams picks the ball up, a hand pass to Dietrich and a lovely snap.
The ball at the centre. Going in hard for the ball now is Hawker. Coming out, McDermott whips out a handball. Bradley, half forward line. Kernahan trying to thump it back over his head. Getting back on it is Alvin. Over the top goes McGuinness. South Australia starting to run now. And the umpire has given a free kick here to Tommy Alvin at centre half back. Noticed by the long hair. In fact, in the game in Sydney the other week, they grabbed him by it. Victoria off the half back line by Yates towards the half forward line. Here's a chance. Harvey up towards full forward. Brereton! Fine mark.
Well, very quiet night tonight for Dermot Brereton.
Yes, Bob, I agree with you. Last time he played over here, he killed us, and we're expecting bigger things than we've seen tonight. But the game isn't over yet. Kick number 4 on the way. The umpire hardly moves, except to say that Brereton's got his second goal.
An excellent mark by Dermot Brereton. Mark Harvey, a fine half forward. and they need Harvey and these players to get the ball forward. But it's South Australia who are showing far more aggression at the moment. They're leading the Victorians to the ball and being far more aggressive in their football. On replay, Harvey putting the ball across. An excellent mark to Brereton that might lift the confidence.
First goal to Victoria in the third quarter. They're 9-9, trailing South Australia 12-7. SA into attack. McGuinness puts it out wide. Dietrich got in. Beautiful pass. Brilliantly put. And the big fella, as Bob Skilton told you, is getting on top of Peter Dean. And perhaps the move that was made is causing problems. Beautiful pass.
Excellent pass. And Bradley getting it across to McGuinness. And a lovely lead from Dietrich nonetheless.
Dietrich's second mark for the night. He's booted 3 goals. This is kick number 4 only. Important shot for goal. Oh, he's threaded it through. 4 to Dietrich. South Australia in brilliant form. 13-7. Lead Victoria 9-9.
Well, I certainly would, as Bradley now takes it across to McGuinness. And the small ruck players within this quarter cutting the side to pieces, and I certainly would make the move at the moment. We're not getting anything out of Pert up on the half-forward line, so I'd put him straight back to full-back.
At the centre bounce, it'll be Redden against Meriden. Ruck now for Victoria. Gets the tap away up towards the half-forward line. Loveridge in quickly. The Victorians into attack. Out comes Big Salmon. Lumbers to meet the ball. Taken there on the half-forward line by Healy, looking somewhere to go. Gives it out. Loveridge now. Wants backup support out wider. Still is Poole. Poole under pressure from the South Australia defence. And they've got a chance to come away, South Australia, through McDermott to Anderson. The running par is Phillips. South Australia off the half-forward line, almost a half-back line. Too slow to get these kick, Phillips. Waitman to charge centre field. Victorian into attack again. Brereton out on his own. That's where the ball goes. Dummies beautifully. Heads for goal with a long one. The umpire starting to move with the ball. I think he's got his 4th. Correction, his 3rd. Fine goal, Dermot Brereton. Loose checking by the SA defence. 10-9 Victoria. 13-7 South Australia.
It mightn't have actually looked much, but a great piece of play there by little Clark. Just as we see Phillips going to kick the ball, he gave that little push to put him off balance, and that caused Waitman to be able to get the ball, get it across to Brereton, who balks beautifully, and an excellent goal for his 3rd goal.
Well, what a tremendous game of football. 16 points in it again. Victoria fighting back after that goal from Brereton, but there's a South Australian free in the middle, and it will go the way of Big Mick Redden. The handball is over to Campbell. Dietrich on a lead again, but the ball...
Now, the wrong player took it, I'm sure.
Well, the ball's been brought back into the middle. It should be Nailey's free kick, and of course it was Mick Redden that took it. So the forward line is pretty crowded now, and Nailey having to take his kick again from the centre. What a quarter it's been. South Australia trailed by 2 points at half-time, and they've turned that around.
Pert back to full-back.
Perhaps a little belated, Bob, as Nailey's 11th kick is towards half-forward. Kernahan in the middle of the pack. Takes it off hands, bangs one in towards goal. I'm afraid he's just offline. And 1 point only. 13-8 then, South Australia leading Victoria. 10-9, we've been playing for 19 minutes of the third quarter.
As Bob told you, Pert back to full-back. Slips it nicely to Peter Dean. Dean off the half-back line, slips the tackle well. Alvin a chance to run Victoria out of defence. A long kick to the half-forward line. Brereton at the back. Big leap there by Healy. Fine mark, half-forward line. Harvey is clear. He's going in towards that player. Out comes Big Parker, thumps the ball back. Phillips quickly over now. Oh, a high tackle on McDermott. The umpire said play on. Matthew Campbell, Healy, have a look at the tackle again. Perhaps he put on a bit of a Dame Melly Melba, but the umpire's called a halt. The crowd, Bob Skilton, don't like something.
I wonder what it is.
Craig Bradley telling umpire John Russo just where he went wrong. 20 minutes gone. Bounce down centre half forward.
I do notice McDermott wasn't down for long.
Walsh got the tap away. Quickly in there is Salisbury. Bradley the roundhouse right, only back as far as Hawker, however. Folds it was, well taken by Lindsay in defence. He'll go right across to Phillips, and South Australia have got a chance to run the ball out of defence.
Phillips now from half-back, drives in long. McGuinness went up, couldn't hold it. Bolton through, beaten however by Rains. Rains the handball out wide, in trouble. Harvey holding the ball, no play on the call. Players stack up in the middle, and umpire can hear into bounce. War action aplenty here at Football Park, and South Australia running over the top of Victoria in this third quarter. The lead is 17 points. Brereton in trouble at the bottom of the pack, holding the ball. The free is South Australia's, and she's on again. Merritt's in it. Phillips wants to go on with it. And behind the play, there's two on the ground, but that's been sorted out. And Merritt and Phillips they've just settled it down altogether now. The free is with South Australia, and Danny Hughes has us at centre half-back.
Hughes gets 15 metres. Gee, that's closer to 30. Love to buy land off those umpires. It was a long one. Matthew Campbell running long. Kernahan getting underneath the ball with Carrot. Kernahan heads towards goal, puts it on its way, but it's going right across the face and out in the left full forward pocket. Kernahan had pressure put on him then by Carroll. Coming off looks to be Dale Waitman. Waitman, that's not good news for Victoria. He'll be placed by Williams. I don't know why he was taken off. Williams was having a great game centre field. The ball is knocked back towards Victoria's half-back line. Loveridge comes in. As one to beat, or trying to give a handball back there. Taken by Nayley, shoots for goal. Close, just offline the point. 13-9 South Australia. Victoria 10-9.
It's a poor hand pass that time by Loveridge. Really almost set South Australia going with a goal by Nayley, who's been a dangerous player.
Good mark by Meldrum. Loveridge provides the run. Oh dear, again a bad handball, but he gets it back to Meldrum in the 1-2. Back it goes to Alvin again. Rather, that was... Now it's Alvin. Picked up by Rains. Sweeps it out wide. The kick by Folds is looking for Salmon and finds him. Beautiful pass from Gary Folds. And Paul Salmon, who booted 3 in the first quarter, has lines up for goal number 4, and well, came down pretty heavily on that leg, but he looks okay now.
Looked as though he grabbed the thigh a bit. That was a bit of a hammy.
Waitman in trouble on the ground. Salmon's 10th kick. Booted 3. It's high. It's straight. It's a goal. 4-7. Victoria 11-9 now. Trailed by just 2 goals.
Looks a little proppy, Paul Salmon, as he goes back to his position. Doesn't exactly look as though he's moving fluently. On replay, Salmon up high, lovely mark, and just about there he grabs the thigh.
Waitman in trouble, having treatment from a trainer. 13-9 plays 11-9, an infringement at the centre bounce. Hughes will take the free kick for South Australia to put them into attack. A towering torpedo punt. What a ground covering kick up towards Kernahan! Timely mark. 25 metres out in front. He's only taken 4. The Vic centre half back have been pretty solid on him. Let's have a look at it. He's booted 2, and that's a strong mark, and should convert from here for South Australia. 12th kick, Stephen Kernahan. Been well in the game, done some very useful things. Taking his time. Important kick for South Australia. They lead by 2 to the lake end of Football Park. And nudges it through. That's his 3rd. South Australia 14-9, Victoria 11-9.
A beautiful mark by Stephen Kernahan. The only player to look like taking that one as he judged it to perfection. Watch it from a different angle, and it's a glorious kick by Danny Hughes. Long, direct, a torpedo punt kick. Nobody else looked like getting near it but Stephen Kernahan.
Almost into time on in the third quarter. South Australia have established a 3-goal lead. Hughes against Walsh. South Australia forward. Good mark at centre half forward. McDermott had a pretty quiet first half, but really has come into his own in this third term. Oh, Kernahan again! What a mark! Geez, killing him at the moment. three. The last only 40 seconds ago. What a mark. Bob Skilton.
Yes, and once again, Dennis Carroll in the front position. I'm sure he cannot afford to play Kernahan that way. In fact, I think Carroll's a little short for Kernahan personally.
Kernahan now, a very important shot for goal. He's already booted 3. Kick number 13. South Australia lead by 3 goals. Hush silence. They lead by 4.
An excellent goal, a morale-lifting goal at this stage of the game. 4 goals to Stephen Kernahan, and that's the lead that South Australia hold. As on replay, Kernahan judging it to perfection. Just a little tall for Dennis Carroll. Roger Merritt now down at centre-half back against Kernahan.
Walsh in ruck for Victoria against Hughes for South Australia. Change coming back for Victoria will be Pierre Domenico. Walsh under pressure from Platten. Rains ducks the chutney but gets the kick away. Up towards the half-forward line. Williams can't quite get there. Phillips can. Matthew Campbell as well out wide of Platten. That's the way the ball will go. Merritt and Kernahan cleverly done. Kernahan back to Platten. Ducks the ball back in now. Kernahan again. Put down the pass in front of big Grenville Dietrich. He'll need support. Gives it to McGuinness. Heads for the open goal on the left leg. Off he goes. Off line of point. All the crowd were up on the feet. All 40-odd thousand, and he missed from point-blank range.
There's a golden opportunity there, and everything was right but the kick.
Short pass has found Gary Pert. South Australia playing brilliantly in this third quarter. Kernahan certainly alight at the moment. Victoria making a change. Hurd is on and off goes
Carroll.
Kernahan
Dennis
cramp.
Carroll. Kernahan in trouble on the outer side. The markers with Yates, however. And big blow, body blow for South Australia if Kernahan can't recover. The kick towards half-forward. Oh, good mark. Brereton stood his ground well and plucked it brilliantly out of the air. That's his third mark only. The pass is short, looking for Alban. Anderson stood his ground, got pulled over the shoulder, and he'll take the relieving free kick at half-back.
Kernahan on his look at that mark. He didn't get the mark. Of course, he got the free kick. But the crowd are happy about the fact that Kernahan is back in the action. A blatant push in the back there to Victoria's Yates, not seen. In there goes Walsh. At the bottom of the pack is Salisbury. Players just getting a little willing. The crowd up on their feet. Umpire Canary in there as well. She's on again. Williams, Gerard Healy, Alvin. 21 is Walsh. The umpire's trying to sort it out. 15-10 South Australia. 11-9 Victoria. Top action on 7 Sport.
Nothing in it at all.
You're dead right, Bob. Warms up the crowd. The umpire just checking with umpire Michael Wilson to find whether the ball was out or not. He's not. He's going to bounce it, of course. Half-forward right flank. Walsh against Hughes. In goes Williams. Can't find it. Salisbury to Michael Ace. Beautiful smother off the boot, Brereton. And the ball is out of play. Half-forward right flank. The Vixen attack.
15-10 South Australia. Victoria 11-9. Winter time on by almost 4 minutes. Phillips, Ace being held at Pills for the free kick, and belatedly umpire Kinnear blows the whistle. So Ace will relieve the pressure. And South Australia really have applied tremendous pressure in this third quarter. Kick number 12 from Ace finds Bolton. Bolton towards half forward at the back. Good mark. Mark Nayley. Nayley holds. Platten wanting going past. And a 15-metre has been given against Paul Meldrum. So this brings Nayley to about 45 metres from goal. Very close to siren time, and kick number 14 for Mark Nayley. Really has been an outstanding player for South Australia. Oh, it's going awfully close. It's a goal! Oh, great goal, Mark Nayley. His second. South Australia 16-10 take a commanding lead over Victoria 11-9.
Nayley showed supreme confidence in with that kick. He had the leads from Williams, he had lead from Dietrich, and ignored both of those. Let Dietrich come through. As on replay, we see David Bolton put the ball forward. A well-judged mark to Nayley. He got a 15-metre penalty and an excellent goal.
A centre square infringement against South Australia. Walsh got the free kick as the Vics go into attack. Back in defence there is Craig Williams for South Australia. The ball comes out now to Williams. Williams heads towards the open goal. The Vicks have answered. Brilliantly done. His first goal, and Victoria fight back to notch their 12th goal.
Well, Greg Williams running back to the centre is on replay now. Dietrich couldn't quite get it. Rains picks the ball up. Yates gets a hand pass across to Williams, who then puts the ball through for a fine goal.
Yes, good play, Bob, from the Vicks on that occasion. 12-9 though, trailing South Australia 16-10. It's been a top quarter. South Australia have added 8 goals to Victoria's 4. SA into attack again. Folds, conceding ground, that gets a kick away, and it'll go out of play. Again, the pressure was strong from McGuinness. Anderson, who's had a pretty good game, Di Pierdomenico, and he had a very interesting duel in the first half. And of course, Di Pierdomenico has been off the field for most of this third quarter. Kernahan rucking now, gets it to Anderson. The kick is smothered, but taken by McDermott. The running player is Bradley, close to the line. Ace in trouble, pulled to ground. Alvin appeals for the free and has given it. Umpire Russo in and gives it 15 metres against Ace. Good strong tackle from Alvin. The pass finds Hawker. Hughes, as Hawker looked to get on with play. Hawker goes short, Merritt is alone, but the pass is not good. A long handball, however, succeeds. Yates to Loveridge. Loveridge long, looking for Salmon in the pocket. Oh, the big fella's got it. No, foul at the second attempt. In comes Parker. South Australian supporters scream for holding the ball, but it's not paid. Lindsay robbed of it by Clark. Tapped in tight. Oh, it's all Victoria here. 2 of them in the square, and the mark has been taken down there by Trevor Poole. Poole, who's only 15 metres out. There are 2 of them there. They could have raffled it. Poole has kicked one, and he was the one that took it with his 5th mark. So he's only about, well, 10 metres out. Kick number 6 is his goal. Yes, it is. His second. Victoria 13-9 then come back at South Australia 16-10.
Well, you can see that the crowd is Kevin Morris and Kevin Sheedy having a chat on the boundary line. Wouldn't be a very happy pair at the moment, as on replay. It's Salmon underneath. Salisbury gets the ball out. Tapped wide by Campbell, and then Clark with a brilliant piece of football, picks it up, puts it across the ground. Brereton and Poole, the only players there. Poole thought about going on, but then decided to stop.
South Australia by 19 points at the centre bounce. Walsh a big thump towards the half-forward line of Brereton. He'll need support. No, doesn't need Loveridge. Goes wide himself. Out to the outer side. Poole there again. Elects to play on. Puts it up. Siren sounds. Salmon was there, but Parker equal to the attack. The siren had gone beforehand. A great third quarter by South Australia. Sees them leading 16-10 to 13-9.
The scores at the moment are South Australia 16-10, Victoria 13-9. The difference is 19 points. Game about to get problems ahead, I fear. Our commentators for the last quarter of the game, Bob Skilton, David Darcy and Ian Day.
Umpire John Russo holds the ball aloft to start the final quarter of the big interstate clash here at Football Park. A brilliant 8-goal third quarter effort by South Australia sees them lead by 19 points as they go to the half-forward line again. Quickly in their range, whips out a handball. Alvin couldn't get the handball away. Williams goes down. Now a chance for Hawker. Within there is Alvin. Walsh, under pressure, slips it out. And the umpire has seen a free kick. It's going the way of South Australia for throwing, and it'll be taken out centre wing by Redden by the looks of things. Redden for South Australia. Boots him into attack. Kernahan well out in front of Merritt, and he looked like he was struggling to raise a gallop on that occasion. Kernahan too far out to score. Mark number 6 kicks into the man. Merritt, I don't think, can chase him. Kernahan on the left leg, this time up towards Nailey. Quickly in there for Victoria, however, was Meldrum, and the umpire will pay the mark to that player.
I think he may have paid a free kick to Meldrum. Meldrum goes in short. Oh! Intercepting brilliantly was Anderson. Bad mistake by Meldrum. And now Anderson, who normally kicks the ball over very long distances, has it about 50 metres out. Perhaps 55. Drop punt won't make the distance. It's in the square. Kernahan up, can't mark. Platten the rover, hemmed in that pocket, and the ball is finally forced out of play. So throw in that right forward pocket. Corn's anxious. 19 points is the lead, and he knows that Victoria will come back ever so strongly in this last quarter. From the throw in, McGuinness with blistering pace, hooks back. The ball started to turn for him and then drifted the wrong way. Off his wrong foot, his right foot, he scored a point. So the first blood to South Australia in the final term there, 16-11, leading Victoria 13-9.
Perch kick in. Oh, he heaved that a magnificent kick right up towards Brereton. Getting back on the ball now for South Australia. Quickly it's Anderson, Bradley. Kernahan wants it over that player's head. Out comes Dietrich. Oh, the umpire didn't pay the mark. Loveridge, the handball out. Now South Australia under pressure from Merritt, who gets the kick long back to centre wing. The lead out there from Paul. Bumped away by Campbell. In goes Williams. Campbell there as well. Hawker for Victoria. And the ball is out of play. No, out on the full. South Australia's free kick to be taken on the outer side. Taken out there by Matthew Campbell. He puts it in. Merritt over the top. Down there is Kernahan. Platten shoots in towards goal. This is going to be close. Oh, what a goal! Sensational goal, Platten. Platten has booted his second. South Australia 17-11. Victoria 13-9.
Magnificent goal by John Platten. On replay now, we see Merritt up high, not able to take the mark. Nice piece of shepherding by Kernahan, but a beautiful snap by Platten. Only just got over the line and bounced back, but a great goal it was.
17-11 then South Australia lead Victoria 13-9. Back in the middle, Bradley, Bolton, chance for Ace. Oh, met very, very heavily by Merritt, and Ace is down. The clearing kick from Holborn is towards centre wing. In pursuit, Harvey needs support, sells the dummy well, chips in short, Brereton left unattended, and he'll mark at centre half forward. He wastes no time, goes for the pass, and it's successful as it's Trevor Poole drifting across to half forward, and he has it about 30 metres from goal. Here's that Ace one.
And hip and shoulder, so a good decision as it turned out. The crowd not happy, but a beautiful bump by Roger Merritt.
Poole directly in front, only 30 metres out, puts it on its way and he goes. His third. 14-9 Victoria, come back at South Australia, 17-11.
Well, Merritt was in no man's land, and a great piece of aggressive football by the Victorian skipper. Good leadership, and as a result of that, it caught the South Australians unaware, and they had 3 Victorian players on their own as Waitman will prepare to come back on. Sheedy watching as Waitman's there, Healy to come off.
Walsh against Redden. South Australia now through. Bradley gets a high tackle. Bradley to send South Australia into attack again. Kernahan gives the lead. Kick number 16 to Bradley. Screws it off the side of his boot up towards Kernahan. Thumped away from that player. Did it well. Dean under pressure. Likewise Hurd. Well taken by Anderson. The attacking corner of square. Or the handball back to Campbell wasn't a good one. Had to go back to get it. Puts it up for Dietrich. Umpire said play on. Dietrich thought he had the mark. So did 40,000 others. Victoria go back now towards the half-back line. Here's a chance now for South Australia through McDermott. He skipped it out there. Bradley looking for backup support. Campbell again puts out the pass. In the pocket, a chance for South Australia now, winding his way through Nailey. Now Michael A seems to recover. Lost the footy. Back this way, that way. Dutch gives across the handball. Thomas heads towards goal. Thomas is first. South Australia 18-11 to Victoria's 14-9.
An excellent goal by Keith Thomas, coming onto the ground for the first time. Aish going one way, coming back the other. Looked as though he was going to straighten up with a shot at goal, but speared the hand pass through, and Thomas putting it through for a lovely goal.
Oh, many delighted fans here at Football Park. There's the score, and we're in the final quarter by about 6 minutes. Brereton takes it, goes short looking for Salmon. Clark quickly fumbles. There's a chance off the ground. I think he might have done it. Yes, he has. Stephen Clark second. And Victoria have kicked their 5th tit for tat at the moment. South Australia 18-11.
On replay now, we see Clark showing a good turn of speed, taps the ball on, and just gets the boot of the ball. Hardly touched it, actually. Only just touched the ball with the boot.
They still count, Bob.
They certainly do.
15-9 plays, 18-11. South Australia by 20 points. 7 minutes plus gone, final quarter. Redden against Walsh. Nayley can't get out. Goes after the ball again. Bradley under pressure there from Yates. And the umpire said holding the ball. The free kick going to Victoria through Yates. Umpire said play on, tackle from behind. Alvin through, left the footy behind. All going in hard. Quickly now, Williams to the half-forward line. South Australia under pressure. Loveridge nowhere to go. Gets the kick away. Brereton! Oh, a lot of pressure out there now. And Brereton's got a chance to kick goal number 4. Kent kick Brereton coming into the game. More in the second half. Kick underway. Ball sliding off the side of his boot. And 40,000 sighs of relief come from the huge crowd here at Footy Park.
Dermot Brereton, who's kicked 3, missing with that shot. Parker. Redden. Saw Victoria at the bottom. Hurd. Short. Tapped done by Williams, but only as far as Meldrum. Run down by Platten. Good tackle. Williams the opportunity, spinning out of the pack as Waitman. Waitman goes short. Leaders in the pocket. Well put, and Brereton has it again. Oh, Brereton, who missed just a few seconds ago, has the chance now to bring up goal number 4 for him. Vital shot for goal. Brereton's kick is across the face, and he's missed again. For another point. 15-11, they trail by 3 goals.
I don't know whether there's anything wrong with Brereton's knee, but he was back behind play before. He looked very ginger.
2 important misses for Victoria. Kick to the outer side, Redden. 1-2 grabs, he's got it at centre half back. Bradley wants it at centre wing. That's the way the ball will go. But further out still there is Phillips. South Australia clear. Kernahan on the lead. A good pass. He's out at half-forward line, just the attack side of centre wing. Into the pocket goes McGuinness. Right there with him is Hawker. Good mark, McGuinness. McGuinness still too far out to score. Dietrich up towards full forward. 15 metres against Victoria. McGuinness still can't score from there, but he'll put it right in the square. Dietrich, Pert, over the back of the pack. Platten, with him is Loveridge. Platten comes up with a footy, can't get it clear. Quickly now folds for Victoria. Kicks the ball long back towards the half-back line. Thump to Williams. Williams on the half-back line. Puts out the pass. Poole on the lead. With him is Campbell. One-on-one out there. Campbell and Poole. Poole working the ball well. Campbell won't give in. But the umpire said a free kick will go the way of Victoria.
18 points the difference. Poole has it at centre wing. A 15-metre penalty given against Campbell. Into the pocket it goes. Strong defence by Phillips. Brereton met heavily. Waitman cleverly. Now Clark shrugs the tackle. Salisbury right on him, but he's clear. Close to the boundary line. In fact, he's put it out of bounds on the full. And again, these 40,000 odd people breathe a sigh of relief.
So I don't think you need to look at the goal umpire to see what it is. You can tell by the crowd.
You're not wrong. Williams short into the back pocket to Phillips. South Australia edged the ball out of defence through their centre half back. A high kick towards Redden. In front, Walsh thumped away from that player. A chance, Brereton comes out with a footy. Thought about a handball, finally gives away a kick going in long. One-on-one, Salmon one-handed. Parker close to the line. And well done, the hustle and bustle of Parker has produced a point for Victoria. 15-12, doing all the attacking at the moment to South Australia's 18-11.
Probably the 2 moves that have made a difference was Pert away from full-back, and Dietrich's kicks and goals when that happened. But also the other move was that made by Corns of Parker to full-back, and he's done a sterling job since going back there. Craig Williams has the mark, getting to his feet a little gingerly, but hands it off to Nayley. Brilliant Mark Nayley, has 2 bounces. Kick number 14 coming up. He's run about 50 metres and puts it in long for Bradley. South Australia playing on top. The lead is 17 points. Bradley gives himself a better angle, puts it into the pocket. Pert up high, Meldrum couldn't. Chance for Thomas again, screws it back, but not enough. Oh, and Keith Thomas, who's just come onto the ground in this last quarter, has already kicked a goal. Just a point there.
The fresh legs of Keith Thomas. Gary Pert gets a lead on the outer side from Walsh. That's beautifully put, Gary Pert. And Walsh has got it inside the half-back line. He's got range centre field if he wants him. Kick number 11 to Pert is going, however, to the lead of Harvey. Harvey against Nayley, and the ball is out. A throw in at centre wing. What a game of football. A bad knee to Victoria there. Doesn't look at all healthy. Deep pair to Menico. Alan Jeans wouldn't be too happy with that side if he's watching back in Victoria. And I'll bet you that he is. 18-12 to 15-12. A throw in on the outer side. Walsh against Redden. Walsh in front, cleverly tapped to Loveridge. The umpire's going to give Victoria a free kick. Redden over the top of Walsh. And the big ruckman will get it from the check side of centre wing on the outer side. And umpire John Russo spoke with Redden. Whether he got a serve or not, we'll never know. Alvin sends Victoria into attack up towards Brereton again. He's starting to exert himself. Through goes Waitman, heads to the open goal. Salmon's got a chase it. The kick wasn't a good one, and it goes out of pocket in the full forward left pocket.
Yes, Victoria playing well at the moment. I noticed Rains and Anderson having a few words behind play, but Waitman, extremely good piece of roving there, but just didn't quite finish it off.
Throw in. Salmon from behind gets the first. Here's a go for Harvey into the goal, and he's booted it. Oh, good goal to Harvey. Victoria 16-12. It's his second. Mark Harvey's second. Victoria 16-12. Now within 12 points of South Australia at the 13-minute mark of the final quarter.
Lovely piece of ruck work on replay now. Salmon with a left-hander. Harvey reading it beautifully, roving magnificently off the hands of the pack.
Boldy off, Filkey on for South Australia. Only 2 goals the difference, centre bounce. Loveridge goes in, but it's Alvin who gets the kick up towards Waitman. Great tackle put on that player. They stack up. Lindsay under pressure. Here's a chance. Bradley to the half-forward line. Coming to meet it is Thomas, looking for a running play. Michael Ace, beautifully run down. Alvin a chance, Victoria. Up towards the half-forward line. McDermott. No, Bradley it is. Fine mark in defence. Just the check side of the centre line to put South Australia into attack. They badly need a steadier. Out wider now is Craig Williams. He goes for a long one to Kernahan. Merritt's there as well. Kernahan, Meldrum back in defence. Whips out a handball. A chance now for Hawker to get the ball off the half-back line to centre wing. There it's taken by Williams. Williams thought about a handball out. Looking for a lead. He gets one now from Harvey. Going towards that player. Brereton there as well. Big leap. Not successful. Down they go. Free kick, Victoria. And it's going to Dermott. Brereton, ace off. Neil Craig on. But Brereton's got a free kick half forward right flank. There's a bit of a yoke on out there. The way the game's been played, it's a wonder any of the players have got any energy left to fight.
I think Salisbury may have been reported.
Umpire John Russo takes out his notebook, and there's no question that Scotty Salisbury will be asked to face the commissioners, maybe on well, Wednesday or Thursday night before Saturday. But Dermott Brereton, the hopes of Victoria on him. He's well out from goal, will be struggling to make the distance. Kick number 13 on the way. Out goes Big Salmon in defence. It is Salisbury, and he thumps the ball clear, and the ball is out of play in the right forward pocket for Victoria.
Midway through the quarter, 15 minutes gone, so virtually halfway through this term.
Gee, it's been a torrid game all night from the very outset. No quarter asked or given, and now just 12 points separating the two sides as Platten gets steamrolled. He's got the free, and the umpire is asking the ball to come back for Platten to take his free. Surprisingly, Bob, we felt that perhaps Victorian rucks would take control. It hasn't happened.
No, it really hasn't. Salmon has been the only player early in the piece. Walsh had a lot of life in his legs. But
Elgin takes it at half forward, goes in with his left foot into the pocket. Oh, it's all Victoria down there, and it's Brereton again. Deep in that right forward pocket, and the big fella has it. That's his 7th mark. He's kicked 3, and this is kick number 14. And it is indeed an absolute vital one. The umpire's running too far. 1 point. Brereton's not happy. 1 point only.
Dermott Brereton with 3 goals for now. A couple of golden opportunities in this term, but 3 goals for to his credit.
South Australia seem to be down on their uppers now. All Victoria. A classic game, interstate game. A long kick back in by Paul up towards full forward. Parker behind. Fine mark. Oh, what a timely mark. Runs it to Lindsay. Campbell will get it next. He's got a chance to run it out. He's only got Platten to kick to. The little fella's going to have to work hard, and work hard he does. Gets the ball. Bradley wants the handball. Williams standing the mark. Time on South Australia's side now. Kick number 12, Platten. 20 minutes gone. Gets the lead now from Thomas. Off goes Craig into the pocket, going in towards Kernahan. Oh, he dropped what he should have taken. Whips back a handball. Oh, that was a shocker. Victoria now off the half-back line.
Merritt finds Walsh. Walsh twists out of trouble, then tacks across the ground. Oh, almost Elvin. Taken by Rains. Dummies the handball, puts in a pass towards half-forward. Clark in front. Good mark. So Victoria fighting on strongly. Clark wanting to get the handball to Waitman, and Salisbury has been penalised. This brings Clark now within easy scoring range. He's only 30 metres out. Kick number 15 is hooking a little. The umpire stands on the post. Goal. 3 to Clark. Victoria now 17-13. South Australia 18-14. What a game.
Oh, there's no greater trier out there than Salisbury, but making the mistake of being a little bit over-exuberant on that occasion, as he should have just stood his ground and made sure that he didn't allow any handball. But when Clark gets up, he pulled him on, and the extra 15 metres made all the difference.
The moment of truth for South Australia. Up, Kernahan got the tap away, trying to pick the ball out there, and now is McGuinness. Hooks around the corner, up towards Dietrich. The big fella holds the ground, can't get the mark. The tackle is put on, and the umpire said a legging will go Victoria's way. It was there, and the free kick in defence will be taken by
Gary Holes. Farms now, coming away. He's got the lead from Rains.
Rains up from behind. Can't mark. Craig. Too high, says umpire Russo. South Australian fans on their feet, not happy with the umpire. But the free kick is with Rains. Rains goes short, intercepting. Good mark, Filkey. Kick was not well done. And Filkey steadies for South Australia at half forward. Kick number 6 only for Grantley Filkey. There's a pass, Lindsay on the lead, and he finds him. So they're playing possession football at the moment. As time ticks away. Lindsay's 15th kick, been a very hard trier in defence. Now, Kernahan, 2 against him, and it's Walsh that takes it out of the air. Meldrum caught, shrugs the tackle, needs to handball Wild, intercepting McGuinness. He usually kicks these brilliant goals. He hooked back, close. 1 point.
I think that was a pretty bold forecast, and he usually kicks them, Bob.
No, it was still a great effort. There wasn't much in it, that's for sure.
You're dead right. It was a magnificent check side. Up towards the half-back line. Play on is the call. Down goes McDermott. The umpire said a high tackle. A little fortunate. Could have been holding the cherry. The umpire's gone for South Australia. Time running out as we go to time on. Let's have a look at the tackle again. In goes McDermott. The tackle goes in. He slips down underneath it. And the umpire is seen for McDermott of South Australia. The Crow Eaters by 8 points. 25 minutes gone. Can they hang on? Not a lot of movement in the forward line. Dietrich and Kernahan. Over the top comes Merritt and thumps the ball out of play, but South Australia have it in their forward pocket.
Oh, action aplenty. Sheedy.
Kernahan in trouble. It looks like the cramp.
Sheedy worried. Kernahan on the ground, right in the action. Shot for goal as a point. Came from Keith Thomas. Kernahan being attended now by the trainers, but he's in real trouble. We saw a few minutes ago, Bob, that he went down with cramp and now getting it again.
Kevin Sheedy's got real problems at the moment. The kick in is a beauty to Merritt. From Merritt over towards Alvin. That's a push in the back. The umpire said, no, it's got to be a push in the back. And 15-metre penalty. Kernahan is up on his feet, but he's running very stilted. I would think he's bordered up the blazers. In the cramp, Alvin from the half-back line will run the handball over. Here's a a chance for Victoria now through Rains. He goes long, setting himself. Mark Williams at the back now, coming through for South Australia is Salisbury. He gets it out wide. Craig can go for a run. No Victorian within QE. Puts out a long pass. Kernahan's got a run with a cramp. He's close to it. The tackle is on. Down goes the player. McDermott, 2-on-1 up there. Platten up there. Fisted away now by Pert. Platten and Pert. Pert goes in, goes for the safety of the line. But seconds running out for Victoria.
Beautiful play by Gary Pert there. 2 out against Pert. There was Dietrich, there was Platten, and Pert, a magnificent effort to put it over the line, but time running out.
2 minutes into time on. South Australia by 9 points. They have it in their left forward pocket. Here's a go as the ball's kicked in towards the square. Merritt from behind. And he taps it over the line for the safety of a point.
I think it'd worry Corns at the moment as the clock's ticking away.
I would think so. The kick in now. Meldon sets himself with him as Filkey. Campbell over the top. Merritt can't run on. McDermott kicks out on the full. And a free kick will go to Merritt if he can take it. Geez, put a lot on into the game, but he's a very tired player at the moment. Victoria in their back pocket. He kicks the ball back. Hughes in there, but it's well taken by Victoria's Dean. Peter Dean on the half-back flank. Victoria going into attack now. 27 minutes gone to the half-forward line. Mark Williams. Bradley quickly over now. The kick from Salisbury goes to the half-forward line. Kernahan. McDermott in. Merritt in. In there is Merritt. Oh, geez, playing well. Puts it out wide. Here's a chance. Hurd. Over the top, Victoria. Quickly swooping on it. Rains. Victoria into attack. A long one. Brewer and back there. Gets up over the top. The man in front has got to be paid.
Oh, Williams.
Well, the crowd very happy with that one. They're not complaining at all as Craig Williams. And the front man deserves a mark. If you've got the front position, that's fair enough.
Dear Domenico on. Harvey off from Victoria. 43,000 plus here at Football Park. And the free kick has gone Filkey's way.
Bradley having a word saying steady down, and that's what the free kick was for.
Filkey, Salisbury in trouble, which shrugs the tackle. Goes in high towards half forward. Kernahan in front. The crumbs, Waitman, support from Folds. High wobbly kick, centre wing, Lindsay. Clark over the top. Clark trying to burst his way clear, gets tackled. Here's an opportunity for Loveridge, needs a good set. Loveridge with that left foot has it smothered. Oh, great smother from Salisbury, and it's out of play.
That's what it's all about, David. Giving your last, and he did it brilliantly. A throw-in interchange gates, 29 minutes gone. A throw-in, can South Australia pull it off? Everybody's on the ball there. They're trying to get it out. Platten towards the line. And he's quite happy to see the seconds tick away. 18-17 to 17-13. The crowd on its feet now, just wanting the siren to go. What's happened to the timekeepers? Over the top there comes Walsh. Players going after the ball. Williams gets it forward. In towards the half-forward line. Platten goes in for the ball. Sucker towards the forward line. But it's a free kick, South Australia. And a chance for them to take a breather and go into attack. 18-17 to 17-13. The strain showing on Coach Corns' face. But South Australia have got a 10-point advantage.
McDermott getting some advice from Corns, who came off his seat. Time ticking away now. Pick number 9 to McDermott. Slowing things down as he puts it long into the pocket. Dietrich in front. Difficult to mark in there. Clark's clear. Kicker's not covering much difference. Put it straight to Hughes. Hughes bangs a long one into the pocket, but he's offline and out of bounds on the full.
Regardless of the scoreboard, you must admire both sides here. They've both put up tremendous performances.
Bob, there's the siren! South Australia have done it! A magnificent win to the home side, and 40,000 fans plus go wild here at Football Park. South Australia hugging one another. A brilliant victory. They were down by 8 points at quarter time. 2 at half time. A brilliant 8-goal third quarter burst saw them 19 points in front at three-quarter time. And they've hung on to edge Victoria out by 10 points. Graham
the way the Victorians went about it. They were beaten, but they were not disgraced, and there's no second prizes. There's nothing happy about running second, but those Victorian players can walk off the ground with their heads held high. The South Australians deserved their win. They were the running side, they were the aggressors, and they fully deserve the cheers that they are now getting. And we had players like Dietrich, who may not have been the greatest player, but when he tackled Pert in that last quarter, those sort of things, his 4 goals, Kernahan with his 4 goals, and what more can you ask from those smaller players? Quacken, Nailey, Bradley, on the wing we saw out there, both Anderson and Campbell on the half-back line. Salisbury was a magnificent player as well, and the South Australian crowd can justly be proud of those players, just as I am with the way the Victorians went about it.
What a magnificent performance it was then by South Australia. Who could ask for a better game? An absolutely fantastic performance. Running out winners, 18-17, 125 to Victoria, 17-13, 115.